I want to take a look in this lesson at a very simple song on some levels, but we're going to tackle it with some nice little variations. And we were talking about When You Say Nothing at All. Now, this was a song written by Don Schlitz and Paul Overstreet in the mid-'80s and snagged by Keith Whitley, who had let one of their songs get away earlier and became a big hit for Randy Travis. And he decided he had to get this song and record it. Now, it's a beautiful tune, and the first thing, now, Keith, unfortunately, very talented but troubled personality, and lost him, died about a year later. So in 1988 he came out with this and had a string of #1 hits in the country world. So he was pretty big for a long time, and unfortunately died at the age of 34. Anyway, about 5 or 6 years later, his wife arranged a tribute album, and Alison Krauss contributed this song to that album, and it turned out to be a surprise hit for her. She wasn't really used to having hits that crossed over into stuff like this. Now, Alison, of course, was a bluegrass fiddler from a young age and singer, and had a band that backed her up, Union Station, with Dan Tyminski, for on and on for a long time, and sometimes she does stuff without him, sometimes she does stuff with Robert Plant. Anyway, what I really want to do with this lesson is get you started on listening to both versions. So follow the link that is in the forum post about this and listen to Keith Whitley's version and listen to Alison Krauss's version. The live version of hers is the easiest one to track down. And what you're listening for here is a song to identify the chord progression. It is very simple. It only uses 3 chords. Figuring out what key it's in, and then using the 3 major chords, chords 1, 4, and 5, from that key. Now, it's not a common guitar key, but it is played in a common guitar key. Okay, the hint there is, yes, you're going to need a capo to play it in the key that both of them did it in, and make it simple on the guitar, and that's what we're going to do. Now, in the next segment, that's what I want you to do first, is listen to it and see if you can pick up when it's on 1, when it's on 4, and when it's on 5. Now, there are some little variations on those, and a nice little intro, particularly in Keith's thing, and some nice picking in Alison's version, so that kind of obscures it a little bit, but just try to follow the chord progression. In the next segment, I will play through some of it without a capo and in the key that we're looking for, so you can hear it kind of unobstructed by everything else. And then, but then we'll break it down, and it will be very easy. So don't look at the chart just yet. Try to figure it out on your own, but I will break it down and show you all of the cool stuff that's going on in both versions of When You Say Nothing at All. So here is the skeleton version of just the basic chord progression without any embellishments, a verse and a chorus, the way both of them did it, also without a capo. I want to talk a little more specifically now about the accompaniment and the intro in Keith's version. First thing is, for the accompaniment, we want to do a pattern with your right hand that is 2 bass notes. I'm playing a D chord now. Bass, bass, down, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was a little bit of a lesson I put together on, obviously, When You Say Nothing at All. And the point of the lesson is really to work on ear training and try to figure out some of the stuff. So I played a little bit of it with, like, out of sight, and that would make it a little bit clearer than what you heard, what you can hear on the albums. But if you'd like to check this lesson out, it's part of the Target program, which is our subscription program at TotallyGuitars. Also available for individual purchase, but along with lots and lots of free stuff. If you want to check out some of the free songs, there's 50 or 60 free lessons over there now, and a lot of them have this, not so much the free ones, but a lot of the lessons have this type of focus, like thinking about really what's going on, using your ears, and knowing what key a song is in, and things like that. So that's what I really try to push on my students is learn more about music and learn to play the guitar. Way more important than learning to play a particular song. This is a great example of a song that has a really simple chord progression. 3 chords is all it takes, and you can after you do some more of these, you get used to always being able to recognize 1, 4, and 5 and the order that they go in. Lots of songs are based on this: Margaritaville, Teach Your Children, and countless others, although both of those have their own little quirks in them. Anyway, encourage you to come visit us at Totally Guitars. There is something there for everybody.